Hello and welcome to Restore 2022. We are reading through the Gospel of Matthew, and today we're going to be reading about the tradition of the elders and the way that they treated God's word. We're going to be facing the heart of the issue, which is the heart, and not the unwashed hands. And how people, Gentiles, praise the God of Israel. And Jesus is still full of compassion for people. So here we have got Jesus who's been asked a question, and he responds with a question like normally rabbis would do. Jesus quotes from the prophet Isaiah and the significance of being close to God, worshipping him rather than ignoring him, but actually sticking to the rituals and the traditions that were presumably put in place initially to achieve that, but have turned into this empty thing, have turned people of Israel into hypocrites. Once again, Matthew reminds the readers that Jesus of Nazareth is the Messiah, and his kingdom is the kingdom of the heart. It's not a geographical, it's not a political reign. His power is greater than the king that we read in chapter 14, but is also greater than the spiritual power of the religious leaders that the Jews were facing. Jesus, the Messiah, has come to heal hearts, to address the spiritual condition of people. And if you're taking a little bit from verses 24 and 25, one of the commentators, Craig Keener, states it in this way: Jesus' statement in verses 24 need not to preclude a later mission to the Gentiles. But by way of comparison, the servant of the Isaiah 53, 6-8 suffers on behalf of the lost sheep of Israel, but the servant's mission was ultimately to reconcile all the nations to God. Isaiah 42, 6, 49, 7, and 52, 15, perhaps. Here's how Jesus is going to do that. In this chapter, he's going to heal a non-Jew. He has recently challenged the disciples in the previous chapter about their little faith. And now in verse 25, we see Jesus commending a non-Jewish woman for her big faith. She comes to Jesus acknowledging her spiritual condition. Otherwise, why would she say, "Son of David, have mercy on me"? Matthew registers that her spiritual wisdom, her honest desire, her intense desperation of helplessness, and full integrity in her confidence, even though she knows she is not entitled. Feeding thousands of the Gentiles is the next thing that Jesus is going to do. Jesus feeds 4,000 men without counting women and children. Again, feeding the Gentiles, non-Jews. This is not a duplicate of the feeding of the 5,000. On that occasion, the grass was green. Here, people are sitting on hard grounds. Verse 35. The wonderful thing about this miracle is that Jesus is making available to the non-Jews, to the Gentiles, the same blessing that he had offered to the Jews. No natural birth into a chosen nation can trump, but only can come with embracing the kingdom of the heart that only faith in Jesus can provide. Matthew 15 causes us to look at our inner lives, inner hearts, our worship, and in doing that, thanking God for the great gift of salvation that we have in him because our faith in Jesus. God bless you, and see you tomorrow as we read Matthew 16.